Welcome to another segment of Teenagers Rock. Today we're going to talk a little bit about balancing your digital life with everything else you have to do. Because digital life, social media, text messaging, you name it, that's a teenager's life. And actually, if I can just say, some of you actually breathe, eat your phones. It's almost like if anybody had to take away your phone, your whole life just stops. So let's talk a little bit about, your health, as well as how you can best balance your digital life with everything else that you have. First of all, let me say this. That phone that you have, that cell phone that you have, yes, it's a lifeline. But the reason why your parents bought that lifeline is for them to be able to connect with you in case of emergencies, in case they need something from you or plans change. That was the primary reason why they took it. And now they understand that you also have friends and you have, social media that you want to get on and everything. Fine and dandy. Only. The only thing is, you have to follow whatever it is that they want you to do in order for them to continue to pay for that phone. So it's almost like a loaner phone. Let me tell you something about loaner cars or when you loan a car, you don't own that car. The bank owns the car because they paid the car dealers for that car. So it's a loaner car because you're still paying for the loan. Same with the phones. You're not paying for it. So I don't even know if we can call it a loaner phone. So that's one thing that you have to understand, that they can cut that phone off at any day, anytime. They can cut it off. They have every right to. There is no law that says they can't cut it. If, they say to you, well, you know what, I'm just going to have to take away that phone. These days, you guys should know better. They don't even have to fight with you to get the phone back, to them, the receiver. They can just literally go to the telephone company, get on their website and eliminate that number or put it on pause and cut it off. And then you don't have service. Then you don't have a job. You don't have money to pay for it. And that's the consequence. If you're lucky enough and you're one of my teenagers that are now working, you're over 16 and you're working and you've got your own money and you're paying for it, great. Don't worry about your parents. They're not going to take that away from you because you pay for it. It's in your account and it's your phone. But what happens is we still have to talk about, the difficulty or the challenges that everybody, even adults, have when it comes to controlling their text messaging and checking out their social media profiles on their phone. What happens is when we spend a lot of time on social networks, we may feel like everyone else is having more fun than we are, especially if you're missing in action for a few seconds, minutes, and then, there are all these threads that have been going on. Most people will feel like, oh my God, I just missed out on everything. Well, it's actually a disease now that they call FOMO. Have you ever heard about it? FOMO? Fear of missing out. FOMO. It might be time to cut back or tune out if you're having that problem of having, fear of missing out. If you're afraid and you want to rush to your phone, or, some people even go to the extent of not wanting to sleep without their phone on right next to them. And those rays and the lights and everything, there's research that it's not good for your brain. So let's have some real talks. The real talk is, how do you take control? Log out of all your social media networks and turn off your phone at bedtime. Totally off. It's something that if you think about it, you'll be like, oh no, I can't do that. But when you think about your health and you think about balancing your health with these social media networks and the consequence that it can have on your health, you not being able to sleep and you not being able to focus, all that stuff there, it is much more important for you to be able to turn it off and get in the habit of learning how to sleep with your phone off now before it gets too late. Not only will you be better rested, you're going to sleep much better, but there's a chance of sleep texting something silly or embarrassing. I'm telling you, I've heard people do that where they send out text messages and they have no idea what they send because they were sleeping, or just send doodles and stuff, and you never know what you could type out, at night when you're sleeping. So to avoid all that there, turn it off. It will also calm your mind and give you more time for other things, that you can do with a relaxed mind. Maybe exercising, watching movies, hanging out with your friends, or even laughing and being a teenager that you are. Have fun. You're young. Don't get yourself all into all this social media that will take, hold of all your life and everything. So take control. And then the other tip is avoid pressure. Well, think about how you and your friends share, comment, or talk about each other's photos. Even if a lot of people leave mean comments or make fun of people online, that doesn't make it okay for you to be posting, mean comments on someone, or for you to take what other people say about you or your picture to heart and make that shape you. That's their opinion. That's not you. They don't like the picture. You like your picture. Hey, it's all good. But I'm not saying post naked pictures there, revealing butt out and breast out, and then you say, well, I like my picture. I don't care what other people. No, not in that sense. You ought to have some form of dignity, and that you carry yourself well and you cover yourself well and not show out all your body parts and everything on online like that on social media. As we said before in our earlier blogs, you don't want this to come back and bite you when you're looking for work, when you're looking for a spouse, and then they see all these naked pictures that are embarrassing pictures on your social media. Or just Google. If you just Google your name, sometimes just go into Google, type your name or your nickname or your fake name, whatever that you're using, and see what comes up. You'll be amazed. You'll be like, I deleted this picture. How come it's still here? Oh, well, it's going to be there. And that's why we say, avoid it. Saying things, posting things that you will regret, that you don't want people to see. Because usually people just post good news or their best pictures online. So don't assume that everybody's having a good time or a good life because that's all you see. They're not going to show you all their, struggles and problems that they have and stuff. Most people will not do that. And that's, that's their prerogative. But then you don't want to assume that everybody else has got it made and you don't, because you don't have it like you're seeing online for them. That is not true. So remember, informed teenagers rock. Knowledge is power. This is Dr. Stem. Be encouraged.